Greetings from the shores of Cascade Bay. It's South Suburban Conference Hockey. The Shakopee Sabers, the number 8 ranked Shakopee Sabers, and your Eagan Wildcats. We are pleased to be joined by Nathan Cron. I'm Mike Cook, and we say thank you for being with us tonight. Should be an interesting hockey game and a good challenge for the Wildcats. Nearly 3 weeks ago, these two teams opened the season over at Shakopee. That was a 6-0 Shakopee win. They outshot the Cats. It was like 39-7. But Nathan, we talked to Coach Todd Carlson for the Wildcats. This is a good opportunity to see how far the Cats have come in that stretch.
Yeah, it's going to be an opportunity to see how far they've come. It's going to be an opportunity to see how far they still have to go to be competitive. You know, in the South Suburban Conference, they've drawn 2 games against Shakopee here early in this season. There's, you see our flag bearers. Mike, you've got those names?
Yeah, we have Jackson Farley from the Eagan Squirt A team and Braden Christensen from the Squirt B1 Green. It's always nice to have the youth hockey represented here in Wildcat country. Sorry to interrupt you there, Nathan.
No, absolutely not. The Wildcats have drawn an interesting challenge here with the Shakopee Sabers 2 times to start the season, so we'll see what these Wildcats can do and see how well they play together.
Shakopee comes in. They are 4-2 on this season. Knocked off by Holy Family last time out by a 5-4 count. I understand Shakopee had a late goal disallowed in that one. Otherwise, their other loss this year is to 5th-ranked Rogers. Other than that, the Shakopee Sabres, they've had no problem scoring goals. They've got 11, I think it was against Apple Valley, Burnsville, and they put up 8 against, I believe it was Gentry Academy. So it could be an offensive onslaught the Wildcats are looking at tonight by the guys in the black and the red. Here they come right away. Nice back check by the Eagan defense in front of goaltender Marcus Boniface. Marcus' second straight start for the Wildcats. And I think that might have been Lane Nygaard on the back check for the Wildcats. Lane back after missing a little time with a bum shoulder. He's out there paired up with Max Turner and Ben Williams. As it pucked out to neutral. Here comes Shakopee into the Wildcat zone once again. Good defensive play there by the Wildcats. Connor Keogh back in the lineup, number 17 in white. Had to miss the last game against Farmington. A game that was a 5-2 Tiger win, but it was 2 empty net goals, so a lot closer than that final score may have indicated in that one. Shakopee bumps it ahead. Number 19 carrying in the puck, that's Dalen Klein. He's on a line with 28, Ben Box, and number 8, Tristan Wasson-Gesso. I think it might be Gesso, I believe. Back across, nobody there wearing black. Wildcats, can they poke it out? Pavic with an opportunity, and that did. That's actually going to be a hand pass, so we're going to have a whistle. First whistle of the hockey game. Let's take a look at the South Suburban standings. Look at the top, you look at the bottom. That's where you see these two teams.
Yeah, early in the season, it's, you know, a small sample size. You know, I think it's fair to say that a lot of people thought that Eagan would probably be in the bottom half of the conference, given their youth and relative inexperience. And the same could be said for Shakopee. I think a lot of people saw them as being at the top of the conference.
Yeah, I would say Shakopee, the heavy favorite, coming into play this year. Of course, when you've got guys like Cooper Simpson on your team, Nate Pedersen, that's 2/3 of your top line, and then you had Cooper Siegert as well. That's a pretty potent trio to have.
It's a potent trio, Mike Cook, and it's a potent trio we've been talking about. It seems like forever. Are these guys, I'm going to check my notes, are these guys seniors yet? Well, not all of them are seniors, but gee whiz, it seems like we've been calling those names forever. And, you know, hey, part of the reason they're so successful is because they've got great skill, but they've also got a lot of experience.
Absolutely. Simpson, he's a North Dakota commit. Pedersen, going to be a Miami of Ohio player. I believe they're still the Red Hawks. And Siegert, just a junior. But a lot of interest in that young man, I've been told. Regrouping for the Sabres, 27, Carson Steinhoff. Defenseman just a junior. I remember that name from years past. Back out in front. Can they get a shot off? No, tipped away that time nicely by Nygaard for the Wildcats. And fighting his way forward for Eagan, Jake Holman, number 23. Or I should say 13 in white. Where did I get 23? 13 in white.
Woog's 23. Maybe that was it.
23 might be game time temperature outside. Shakopee back into the zone. Numbers not in their favor as they changed up a few players behind the scenes. That was Carter Wagner, number 4, looking to get the centering pass. Didn't happen, as that top trio is out right now for the Shakopee Sabers. Simpson is 21, Pedersen is 22, Siegert is 11. In goal tonight for the Sabers is number 35, Caden Nelson. He's a junior. First start of the year for Caden. Puck in the Shakopee zone, officially one shot apiece. So far as we're a little under 4 minutes into this one, South Suburban action here from the Eagan Civic Arena. A little Tuesday night hockey. Shakopee with numbers. Puck is passed a little too far off the stick of Landon Huh. Cats, can they poke it out? They will try. Johnson comes up from the point. That's Jackson Johnson. Unable to keep it. And here come the Eagan Wildcats. Connor Keel, 1-on-3 shot. Saved by Nelson. Got the pads down quickly on that one. Textbook save there for the netminder.
I like the decisiveness, Mike. I like, Keogh has the puck. He's in 1v3, but he makes a decisive decision. He doesn't try to do anything fancy. He just says, I'm going to put it on net and see what happens.
Shakopee, this is Klein in deep for the Sabers. We'll send it back up top. Long shot. That got hit somebody on the way through. Here's Johnson right side from the circle. That was another nice block that time by the Wildcats. I think that was Keogh with 17. Making his presence felt early for the home team. And that puck does squirt out. One thing, talking to Coach Todd Carlson for the Wildcats, these guys are not afraid to
thank our generous sponsors, Lone Oak Grill, Wildcats Grill and Bar, and Sari's Eagan Arms Public House and Trail Stop Tavern for supporting the Eagan boys hockey team. Thank you so much for your support of this team and this community.
Got to have that community support. Here comes Forrester, defenseman leading the rush. Here's Jake Woog. He had a couple the other day against Farmington. Gets it in front to Holman. Couldn't get good lumber on that one. Tied up a little bit. Looking for the shot in front. Rebound is there. And that's going to go wide off the skate of a Shakopee defender. Into the corner in front of the Shakopee fans that made the trek over across Highway 169 and 13 from the 952. Coming over to see us here in the 651. 4-1 shots on goal in favor of the Wildcats. As you saw Marcus Boniface briefly there. 303 goals against average this year for the senior. Save percentage just a shade under 91.
The Wildcat, I was going to say, forgive me, Mike, I was going to say the Wildcats, shots aside, they're really competing right now with the Sabres. They're moving quickly to the Sabres. Sabres don't have a whole lot of time with the puck, and that's a positive development for these Wildcats.
Absolutely. Big hit along the near boards. A couple of 24s hit each other. Max Turner hits hard on Zach Doctor. Here comes Doctor, though. He's got a teammate with him. The shot a little too far. I think he was looking for the tip that time. A little too far. Might have been Will O'Neill, I believe, the intended target. Good opportunity there for the Sabres that just could not capitalize. Wildcats, Pavic loses it. Cats making a little bit of a change, so it didn't quite get burned badly on that one. That could have been a lot worse. Puck comes out. It was tipped, so we will not have icing. Carter Wagner been chased for Shakopee. John Ballman, that is, in for the Eagan Wildcats.
Interesting to see a defenseman deep on the forecheck there, Mike.
Here comes Siegert. He sends it out. This one's going to be taken down. And a quick shot for the Cats, and he'll head to the bench. As 3 fresh skaters come on the ice for the Eagan Wildcats. Deep down the right side, that was Ben Box, number 28 for the Sabres. Watched by Forrester. Forrester might have got the worst of that attempted check. Shakopee able to keep it in at the blue line, and Cats get it back all the way down. Nope, it was tipped, no icing. Officials all over that right away. Holman goes down going for the puck. And can it be kept in near side? Turner not able to do so. Puck does squirt out. And Cats didn't quite get everybody back.
Didn't get everybody back, but I'll tell you right now, Mike, the Cats they're winning a lot of loose puck battles, and they're doing a great job of stepping up. These Sabres are big and strong and talented, and there's a tendency for players, especially younger varsity level players, to step back when they're confronted with a good player coming down at them on the other side. Instead, what's happening is the Wildcats right now are stepping up and into initiating contact, and so far, the first handful of minutes, 8 minutes of this game, the Wildcats look like an even team with these Sabres.
Absolutely. They had 4 shots already. They only had 7 in that opening game. We said back on November 21st over in Shakopee. Sabres around the net. Nice defensive play by the Wildcats. I think that might have been Forrester once again. Here comes Nygaard, trying to get it ahead of Ben Williams. Williams, who's got 4 goals on this young season for us. Here from the Eagan Civic Arena. You're watching ETV, your home for Wildcats sports. Shakopee going to set everybody up. Yeah, they'll try that once again. Good pressure by Pavic for the Wildcats. And here come the Sabres the other way. Davis, no, check, that was Kulkin, number 3, pardon me, not 7. Out in front, opportunity. Almost a good opportunity there for the Sabres, but O'Neill couldn't quite keep the puck on his stick. Puck was bouncing just enough. Wood pokes it ahead. Number 9 for the Wildcats, Quinn Mead. This will be his second kind of full varsity game. He had a little bit of time in that game at Eastview. I guess that was a week ago now. Played 1 period there, and then quite a bit of ice time on Saturday in that game against Farmington as we get a puck up into the rafters at the arena.
One thing we've noticed about this team, about these Wildcats, is they have a tendency, unfortunately, against good teams also to give up a lot of ozone.
Nicely anyway. Cats trying to get it ahead of Jake Woog. He's tied up and coming back and trying to, there we go, Holman. Just overskating the puck was Schilly, Ben Shilkin. Ballman upended, no call there. A couple arms in the crowd going up, looking for one. Wagner up top. Will he shoot from there? Nope, he's going to send it down low. Odd angle shot. Boniface had that post covered all the way down. This will be an icing on Eagan Wildcats with 6:32 to go here. Scoreless first.
Good icing to take there for the Wildcats. A lot of pressure. A little bit of extended time there for the Sabres in the offensive zone against these Wildcats. And nice scoring opportunity for, I don't know what scoring opportunity, but the puck's loose in the slot. That's always a scoring opportunity in my book. And the Sabres just didn't quite cash in that time.
Top trio out for Shakopee. Shot goes just wide. That's off the stick of Simpson. And Simpson's going to play his college hockey up in Grand Forks, up at UND. Shot save, Nelson. Juicy rebound, but Nygaard was tied up nicely by a Shakopee defender coming back. Speaking of coming back, here come the Sabres the other way. Seegert. Shot blocked nicely by Forrester. He was trying to get over to Simpson, but Charlie Forrester said, I'll get in the way of that one, thank you. No icing. Official on the near side quickly had his arms out to make sure that that was clear to everyone. Sabres with numbers. Changing a couple players behind the play. Into the Wildcat zone, we got a Cat going down. That was Keogh that got knocked down, gets quickly back up. Boniface, oh, misplayed puck there. Shakopee with a great opportunity, couldn't get a good shot off, however. Try to see who that was. That was Ben Box for the Sabres. Nearly 1-0 for the visitors.
Well, great play by Boniface, getting across and getting his pads down on the ice. And the defense, despite the fact that the chance was given up, the defense rallied quickly to help clear that slot and clear that area out. Let's see, we've got multiple players going down.
Yeah, that was Holman for Eagan and Klein for Shakopee. Quick glance of the 3 officials. Nothing. Nobody with their arm in the air.
No arms in the air. Shakopee fans definitely looking for something.
Yep. Yeah, we are penalty free thus far.
I think you've just jinxed us, Mike.
I know I did, but that's how it works. Just the facts.
Yeah.
37, Mason Vogel on the ice for the Sabres. Might be the first shift for this 4th line of the Shakopee Sabres. It's Jack Moe is 10, 37 Mason Vogel, 26 is Jacob Lee. Actually, they've got 23 on the ice. Will O'Neill is out there in place of Moe at the moment. Forrester leaves it to Williams. A little too far trying to get forced. They're coming out of the zone. Shakopee will change a couple of players from their line up top. Cats keep the same. There it is right there on the side on the left side of your screen. Shakopee 4 of 14 with a man advantage this year, 28.6%. Shot that hit iron. I'm not sure.
I think it did. It hit it so hard it didn't even dink.
I say that went right really quick. Pass in front. Hey, oh, that couldn't keep it out that time. Culkin keeps it in for Shakopee. Kept in this time. Siegert at the right point. Cross ice pass. We'll give it back. Here's Siegert. Couldn't quite control the puck cleanly. He'll regroup. Culkin. This is Simpson. Simpson will get it back. Big shot there. Boniface got the save on that one, but the puck stays in the zone. Nearly had too many men had that happen.
I was looking. I was thinking the same thing you were, Mike. I was thinking, boy, if that touched anybody. I was thinking the same thing you were, Mike. I was thinking, boy, if that touched anybody, coming on and off.
Klein left side with 17 to go in the man advantage. Out in front. Good opportunity there, but unable to connect. We're the Shakopee Sabers. I think that was O'Neill in front. Check that, it was Landon Hull. Opportunity, Boniface squared up nicely. With another big save for the Wildcats on the shot by Dalen Klein. As you see, just 2 seconds to go, man advantage. And we stay scoreless here at the Eagan Civic Arena.
The longer this game goes scoreless, look at the intensity with respect to these Wildcats trying to block shots. You've got Prouty and Woog both trying to stick, trying to get a shoulder on it. And Boniface squared to that puck.
Cats back at full strength. Just over a minute to go here in the period. We are scoreless. A quick shot, that goes just wide. That was Box with the opportunity. Kind of put his head back too, like how did I miss that? Couple good opportunities for him this period. Here's Williams, maybe the quickest skater on the Eagan squad. He is upended. Cats to go on the power play for the first time tonight. You can hear some people looking for a penalty shot, but you're not getting one on that.
No, I don't think so either,
no.
But definitely a penalty.
Absolutely. So we'll come with 47 seconds left in the frame. Watch Williams, he's just got a burst.
Well, he used it well. I think it was Woog on the far side, did a nice job of tying up his player and having it come forward. And again, we're just lucky that Williams, collisions like that are always very kind of dangerous, Mike.
Yes.
With the goalie, you got the player, you got the defender, and you got the post. See if the Wildcats maybe do something with a short power play opportunity.
10 to go in the period. Can the Cats get any opportunity? Not going to happen. Battle in the corner. Chase, Forrester, Williams. Puck comes out. Yeah, teams are going to go to the locker room tied at 0. Shots on goal favor the Wildcats by a 7-6 count. Marcus Boniface, though, he's been up to the challenge for the Eagan Wildcats. Caden Nelson pitching the shutout as well for the Sabers.
Oh, it's a good period of hockey for the Wildcats. Perhaps that might be the best period of hockey they've played all season so far in terms of defensive intensity, making good decisions, not turning the puck over, a limited amount of offensive zone time, and a couple of scoring opportunities for the Cats themselves.
Yep.
So against a team that expects to come in here and beat them,
absolutely,
expects to prevail and have a relatively easy time of it, they're playing very well.
Well, we'll see what happens when we come back for period number 2.
Emma, it can lead to a lifelong addiction, and we can't be friends if your lungs collapse.
Bogus.
Wacky sitcom teens aren't the best people to talk to your kid about vaping.
Hey, you got a minute?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. Those 9 months were also 273 days of planning. What about your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. And let's not forget those barbecues you plan in detail for your family and your more vegetarian by the day best friends. That surprise party for your parents' golden anniversary? You get the golden planning. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, Start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
There are a lot of temptations facing young people today, like electronic cigarettes and skateboarding. Each vape pod can contain the same amount of nicotine as a pack of cigarettes. This can lead today's youth to a lifelong addiction and severe lung damage. Recall and consider the facts before making a poor decision.
The health class film guy isn't the best person to talk to your kid about vaping.
Got a few minutes?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
For decades, I've taught you everything I know. How to safely build a fire, and how to control the flames. For decades, I've taught you everything I know. How to safely build a fire, and how to control the flames. But I can only teach wildfire prevention. Only you can prevent wildfires.
Everyone has a ritual, that small thing to keep us focused.
A habit we never skip, to clear our minds and elevate our performance.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game? To drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health. Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mental health. Discover the resources that you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.
Listen up, team. When I look around this room, I see a fighting team of brave antibodies. But the flu is coming in strong. The good news is, Anthony, the human we're tasked to protect, just got his flu shot, which supplied us with strong new gear to defend against the flu. So let's go fight for Anthony! Are you with me?
Let's work as a team to defend against the flu. Gear up with a flu shot to help protect others and reduce your risk of being sick or hospitalized with the flu. Learn more at getmyflushot.org.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Love is a lesson that doesn't end. It knows no conditions, so you better buckle in. Love keeps you on your toes.
You're not gonna get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff.
Mama!
Like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
Whether it's our stories, the warmth of our laugh, or our family's secret sauce, we all bring something different to the table. So make some space. The power of connection is waiting right outside your comfort zone. Learn how you can help strengthen your community at belongingbeginswithus.org/team-up.
I'm Sandra, this is Jorge, and we were adopted in 2019. I remember when they first came to us, Michael was already a teenager. The whole cliche of they're so lucky to have you guys, and it's the other way around. They have changed our family for the better. They chose to love us. They didn't have to. They chose us. Family.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org.
How to know if you should reach out to a friend. Your friend might be
worried, sad,
grumpy, angry,
stressed, weird, rebellious,
anxious,
antisocial,
lonely,
sleeping less,
sleeping more,
eating less,
eating more.
Look, there are a lot of things to watch out for, but you know your friend best. So if they're not acting themselves, why not say something?
Find out how you can help a friend with their mental health at seizetheawkward.org.
Wait, use the shovel and bucket of water, remember? Drown, stir, drown, feel.
Where'd you learn that?
SmokeyBear.com. Don't want to start a wildfire, right?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Getting my high school diploma made me feel like I can do anything. Now, I can help the kids in my community achieve their dreams.
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
When I look at all these success stories, I cannot help but think it all started by getting my high school diploma.
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. Those 9 months were also 273 days of planning. What about your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. And let's not forget those barbecues you plan in detail for your family and your more vegetarian by the day best friends. That surprise party for your parents' golden anniversary? You get the golden planning. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
Emma, did you hear?
Todd's in the hospital.
Who's Todd? He got a collapsed lung from vaping. He thought it was cool.
Not cool.
Promise you won't vape, Emma. It can lead to a lifelong addiction, and we can't be friends if your lungs collapse.
Bogus!
Wacky sitcom teens aren't the best people to talk to your kid about vaping.
Hey, you got a minute?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
For decades, I've taught you everything I know. How to safely build a fire, and how to control the flames. But I can only teach wildfire prevention. Only you can prevent wildfires.
Everyone has a ritual, that small thing to keep us focused.
A habit we never skip, to clear our minds and elevate our performance.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game? To drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health. Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mental health. Discover the resources that you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.
There are a lot of temptations facing young people today, like electronic cigarettes and skateboarding. Each vape pod can contain the same amount of nicotine as a pack of cigarettes. This can lead today's youth to a lifelong addiction and severe lung damage. Recall and consider the facts before making a poor decision.
The health class film guy isn't the best person to talk to your kid about vaping.
Got a few minutes?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
Listen up, team. When I look around this room, I see a fighting team of brave antibodies. But the flu is coming in strong. The good news is, Anthony, the human we're tasked to protect, just got his flu shot, which supplied us with strong new gear to defend against the flu. So let's go fight for Anthony. Are you with me?
Let's work as a team to defend against the flu. Gear up with a flu shot to help protect others and reduce your risk of being sick or hospitalized with the flu. Learn more at getmyflushot.org.
Wait, Use the shovel and bucket of water, remember? Drown, stir, drown, feel.
Where'd you learn that?
SmokeyBear.com. Don't want to start a wildfire, right?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Getting my high school diploma made me feel like I can do anything. Now, I can help the kids in my community achieve their dreams.
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
How to know if you should reach out to a friend. Your friend might be worried, sad,
Grumpy, angry,
stressed, weird, rebellious,
anxious,
antisocial, lonely,
sleeping less,
sleeping more,
eating less, eating more.
Look, there are a lot of things to watch out for, but you know your friend best. So if they're not acting themselves, why not say something? Find out how you can help a friend with their mental health at seizetheawkward.org.
You are looking live at the Eagan Civic Arena, where we get set for second period action between the Shakopee Sabers and your Eagan Wildcats. Scoreless after one between the 8th-ranked Sabers and the Wildcats, as you look at two of the three finest officials you could get here in Wildcat country. Happy to be with us tonight, aren't they? And I know we've got, I've been told we have a couple of youth, or a youth official was part of a party watching at Casa de Cook this evening. Todd Carlson, the Eagan head coach. Pan across. Hi guys, you're back on camera. Just 2 penalties called by the men in stripes tonight. 1 on each seed, which means the Eagan Wildcats, by the way, 1:14 of power play time as we start this second period of action. Shakopee 0 for 1 in the opening period. As we said, Cats 0 for about half of a power play so far.
And to start the second period here, the Wildcats would like to take a moment to thank generous sponsors Olive Garden, Twin Cities Orthopedics, Fortis Academy, and Raising Cane's for supporting the boys, Eagan boys hockey team. Thank you so much for your support for this school, this team, and this community. Tell you what, Mike, somebody else who got a lot of support was Marcus Boniface in the first period.
Absolutely.
He had a lot of blocked shots in front of him. This Eagan Wildcat hockey team, in contrast, I think it's fair to say in contrast to a few weeks ago when they played the Shakopee Sabers over at Shakopee, they're playing with a lot of confidence. They're
Good retreats back to the defensive end. Shakopee sends one man in deep on the forecheck. That was Klein. Wu can't control in neutral for the Wildcats. Although Pavic comes up, he does have the puck for the Wildcats. 7 in white. Tries to drop it back Forrester back to Prouty. Prouty, a Mr. Soccer finalist this year for the class. Look out. Souvenir coming up in the stands. As I say, Prouty, a soccer finalist on that Class 3A boys state champion Eagan Wildcat soccer squad.
Yeah, a Mr. Soccer finalist. And interestingly enough, as you see here, the clearance here by the Sabres right up into our camera crew, our award-winning ETV camera crew.
Well, that'll wake everybody up. Coming right into your living room on that shot.
That's right.
Sabres, can they get it out? Forrester falls down, keeps it in, takes one off the rear end to keep it in. Opportunity, Cats. Wu comes in, he's upended. Here's Williams, back to Turner. And Turner and Williams collide. Williams gets it back up top. Blake Pavic, or Prouty, why did I say Pavic? Prouty is 7. And Shakopee looks like they're going to be able to kill this one off as they come out of the zone. Up ahead, Shakopee opportunity. Back. Coach Calvin Simon's squad, 6 shots on goal so far. Eagan has 8, make that 9. As that came from Prouty on the right side. Eagan keeping this one in the Shakopee zone with a couple minutes gone by as we stay scoreless. Early period number 2 on ETV. Sabres hustling into the zone. Box with an opportunity. Couldn't quite connect on the pass. And that puck going to be kept in near side, far side by Shakopee. Wagner dumps it back in. Shakopee tried to regroup from below the line. Shakopee keeps this one in off the opportunity. Blocked in front. That one might have dinged Woog a little bit, or Owen Wood, I should say. Boniface gives up the rebound. No harm is done. Shot unable to get a good look at that was Youngberg. Coleman loses a stick in the process. He does pick it up finally back at center. And here comes Simpson and the Sabres. Tried to get it across. This is going to be Youngberg pinching in from that left side down low. Back in.
Minnesota, the second period is often challenging to teams, especially teams that rely on being able to make quick changes, get guys on and off very quickly, like the Eagan Wildcats, because they have that much longer or that much farther to go. And credit to the Wildcats not giving up something there. That's the kind of shift that last season, and other seasons, they would have given up a goal on a shift like that.
That one went off Forster and wide. By the way, Cats have been outscored 10-3 in the middle frame this year. Shakopee has outscored their opponents in the second period 16-4. So could this be the period Shakopee puts a little breathing room on the board against this scrappy Wildcat squad tonight? Puck up, didn't quite make the netting. We play on. Crowder gets upended down in the corner. Forster tries to ring it around far side. Again, 7 p.m. in the high school auditorium over at Eagan High School. Puck comes back out and didn't go all the way down, so Shakopee opportunity to get something going. This time down into the Eagan zone. Sabres up on shots 10-9. This will be Wagner right in front of his own bench. Gets it across out of harm's way. This is Hunt for Shakopee. H-U-H is the last name for Landon. As we've 5 minutes gone by, middle frame. Down low, Sabres trying to get in front. That went off a skate, and Boniface loses sight of the puck. That one nearly went in off the skate of Ballman back for the Wildcats. Instead, still a couple of zeros up on the board.
Well, this is not something the Shakopee Sabres, with their prolific goal scoring this year so far, Mike Cook, have had challenges with. They've been scoring goals, but you get it.
And Cats possibly 2-on-2. Nygaard stays on sides. Williams tries to get around a man. Nice defensive play that time by Jack Kulkin for the Sabres. And Kulkin controls the puck at the red line. A little shove in the back there from Williams as the puck deep into the Wildcat zone. Shakopee making a change. Nygaard. Here's ahead to Williams. Trying to split the D. Lost the puck as he got in just across the blue line. 2-on-1 coming the other way. Seegert makes a move. Boniface, big save for the Eagan senior. That one goes just wide. Bada got a piece of that. Another save. Is that one in? No, they're going to say the net was off. From the naked eye, I think that's the right call. A lengthy discussion.
Well, the other interesting thing about it is the referee having the conversation with the Shakopee coaching staff is not the referee who called it off the moorings. That's the gentleman on the referee on the other end of the ice, and so it's like you make the call and I get to explain it to the coach.
Well, Shakopee keeps it in the Wildcat zone, looking to get the first goal of the hockey game, and Boniface quickly gathers that one off the shot. I believe that was Wagner far side, and it was. Carter Wagner, just a sophomore for the Shakopee squad. He and Will O'Neill and Landon sophomores. It's going to be a trip on Shilkin. Pretty easy call for the official. This one will come at 7:16 of period number 2. We had a couple of choice words there between Ben Williams and one of the Sabres. It looks like Zach Doctor, the Sabre, having a couple of words with the Eagan player. Yeah, pretty obvious call there.
Yeah, trip, hook. I'm not sure
slash. I'm not sure. Take your pick.
Yeah, doesn't matter. It's a penalty, and the Sabres will be on the. Now here's some danger here for the Wildcats. The Sabres on their last power play, Mike, looked pretty good, and now they've got the Wildcats pinned in on the far end of the ice. Wildcats are going to have to be really tight on this power play. Excuse me, penalty kill.
By the way, officially a tripping penalty. Steinhoff, there's a 1-0 Sabres. Boy, you couldn't have placed that shot any better. Just between the crossbar and post, and Boniface had little chance on 4 in black and red. Again, one of the seniors on this squad. Shots on goal this period, 9-2 in favor of Shakopee as we reach the halfway point of the second period. And all the way down, will this be an ice? It will be. Arm was in the air, but it was very kind of slowly trickling down.
Tell you, Mike, after what is probably, or what was probably the Wildcats' best period of hockey in this season, they're down 1-0 now to a Shakopee team that is an excellent hockey team. Big opportunity for the Wildcats to show us something in terms of how they respond. Do they wilt? Do they go away? Do they give up another bunch of? Do we end up in running time, or do they battle for the next, 25 minutes?
Right. Absolutely. Long shot, and Boniface with the glove save. Yeah, Cats 1-4 coming into this hockey game. Shakopee comes in at 4-2. We said their one loss was the 5th-ranked Rogers, and then Holy Family knocked them off the other day, 5-4. I think it sounds like that was just kind of one of those games the team has every year for the Sabres had. Again, I saw somewhere that they had a late goal called off in that one, but this is the Shakopee Sabres squad. I think they'll be playing deep into February, early March. I'm not sure when the section final is in that over there, but section championship just one time. That was 2005 for the Shakopee Sabres. Cats 4-time section champion. None
ranked Eden Prairie this Saturday, if I've got my dates correctly.
Thursday.
On Thursday, excuse me, Thursday. It's Tuesday. It feels like a Thursday. Apologies, Mike, and to everybody there at home. You didn't just lose 2 days of your week, but some potential possibility here for a team that beat the Wildcats 6-0 just less than a few weeks ago. Great play there.
Yeah. Shakopee's also got Minnetonka coming up a week from Saturday. Of course, the Skippers are a perennial power. Shakopee is in a stretch right now, by the way. They have just 8 true home games this year. But they're in a stretch right now where I believe it's 11 out of 12 are on the road. 11 out of 12 on the road. They do have one home game because they are hosting Hockey Day in Minnesota this year at Valley Fair. So the Sabres are going to play Maple Grove on January 25th. Over in the shadows of the roller coaster and the corkscrew and all that good stuff.
Cats need to get one step closer, Mike. They need to get one step closer to the Shakopee Sabres when Shakopee's got the puck in the offensive zone, because what's happening is Shakopee's just got a little too much room and a little too much time, and frankly, it's going to wear down the Wildcats if it continues.
And I think you mentioned it earlier, too. I mean, this is the period with a long change. So the Cats, even if you want to try to get maybe a defenseman off when it's all this time in your zone, it's going to thwart you just a little bit with that opportunity in front there. Shakopee, not sure if that shot ever got through off of Doctor, but Cats probably fortunate not to be down by one more. Yeah, Shakopee keeping on the pressure.
Yeah, Nygaard just has to get an icing there to give the Cats an opportunity to make a change. I mean, just now, a second under 6 minutes to go here in the second period, and the Wildcats still very much in this hockey game, giving the Sabres all they can handle, but they've got to be a little more consistent coming out of their own end. This period has definitely been more lopsided against the Cats in favor of the Sabres.
They just had Nelson on the screen brief. I couldn't tell. Did he squirt his water bottle up towards the kids behind the net? I don't know if we had that again. Look, he might just try to have some fun with it.
I don't know, but it's awesome if he did.
I mean, so, yeah.
It's awesome if he did.
Yeah, absolutely. It wasn't fun. You could tell, but
yep.
I think we got some future Wildcats. There's probably 5 or 6 of them right behind the Shakopee net. But this play, they're watching at the other end of the rink because Shakopee deep in the zone. Net is off with 5:34 to go here in the second period. Again, Shakopee, they are buzzing. Dr. had a good opportunity moments ago for the Sabres, who now are out shooting the Wildcats 11-4 or 11-3 this period.
Yeah, the ice looks like it's tilted now in favor of the Sabres, Mike, and that's something somebody in white and green's got to find a way to flip that script.
Another shot. Boniface gives up a rebound, and that tried to get cleared out, kept in, but now it finally does get out as Woog able to poke that one out across the blue line. Intercepted that time home, and they got to tag up. They do. Opportunity for the Cats. Unfortunately, that darn blue line got in the way. It's all the way down. Was that tipped? I believe it was. Yep, we do play on. Ballman in deep for the Cats, trying to get it out. And Shakopee is right there with Kultgen at the center red line. Simpson goes in deep. Again, Siegert and Pedersen with him. There's Pedersen back up top. Steinoff, he's got, tries to get, and Marcus does get back in the blue paint.
Got away with it, Mike.
Yep, Ballman takes a swing at that. And Ballman to regroup for the Cats. Shakopee making some changes. Cats potentially 2-on-2 into the zone. Nothing doing that time. Quinn Mead leading the rush out there with Blake Pavic. Not for long because here comes Box and the Sabers. 28 flying down that right side. He's shadowed out there by Blake Prouty. All the way up top. Just continue with an opportunity for the Sabers there moments ago.
Getting out of this period with a 1-0 score or 1-0 score, Mike, is going to be huge for these Wildcats. Right now they're kind of catching fire from the Sabres. They can survive and only give up 1 goal in this period. It's all to play for in the third.
Absolutely. Back in the Wildcat zone. See if the Cats can do something coming out of their own zone this time. You got to like the Shakopee forecheck this period. Boniface, the Eagan netminder.
Save there. He's down. Now he's on his side.
We might see that on a year-end highlight reel.
Yeah, I think he makes a save while he's on his side, Mike, if I'm not mistaken.
Sure looked that way.
It sure looked that way from up here. Great work by our ETV crew.
Award-winning
ETV crew. That found some iron.
Cats sending it down. It should be an icing, and indeed it is with a $1:20 to go. Period number 2.
Cats really being outshot, really on their heels right now, but I have to say, it's this Wildcat team, maybe they've got some lightning in a bottle. Maybe they've found the magic formula of bend, don't break. Yep. Giving up 1 goal to one of the top teams in the state in one period like this, getting outshot. This
is Box. Shadowed by number 19 for the Wildcats. Shadowed by number 19 for the Wildcats. That's Steinke. Cats going to be just got to be happy to get out of this just down 1. 37 seconds away from doing that. Puck 1. 37 seconds away from doing that. Puck was tipped on the wing. We shall play on. Forrester back deep for the Wildcats.
Both players really strong on their skates there, Mike.
Absolutely.
I thought for sure we'd hear a big collision strong on their skates there, Mike.
Absolutely.
I thought for sure we'd hear a big collision on the boards. To dial it up a notch and find a way to get some shots on the Shakopee net.
The Shakopee outshot the Wildcats 17-4 in the second period, but they only got the 1 goal. So we've got a tight one as we come back for third period action in just a little bit. Again, you're watching Eagan Wildcat Hockey on ETV.
How to know if you should reach out to a friend. Your friend might be
worried, sad,
grumpy, angry,
stressed, weird, rebellious,
anxious, antisocial,
lonely,
sleeping less,
sleeping more,
eating less,
eating more.
Look, there are a lot of things to watch out for, but you know your friend best. So if they're not acting themselves, why not say something? Find out how you can help a friend with their mental health at seizetheawkward.org.
Wait, use the shovel and bucket of water, remember? Drown, stir, drown, feel.
Where'd you learn that?
SmokeyBear.com. Don't want to start a wildfire, right?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Getting my high school diploma made me feel like I can do anything. Now I can help the kids in my community achieve their dreams.
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
When I look at all these success stories, I cannot help but think it all started by getting my high school diploma.
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. Those 9 months were also 273 days of planning. What about your daughter's first costume party? Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
Emma, did you hear?
Todd's in the hospital.
Who's Todd? He got a collapsed lung from vaping. He thought it was cool.
Not cool.
Promise you won't vape, Emma. It can lead to a lifelong addiction, and we can't be friends if your lungs collapse.
Bogus.
Wacky sitcom teens aren't the best people to talk to your kid about vaping.
Hey, you got a minute?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
For decades, I've taught you everything I know. How to safely build a fire, and how to control the flames. But I can only teach wildfire prevention. Only you can prevent wildfires.
There are a lot of temptations facing young people today, like electronic cigarettes and skateboarding. Each vape pod can contain the same amount of nicotine as a pack of cigarettes. This can lead today's youth to a lifelong addiction and severe lung damage. Recall and consider the facts before making a poor decision.
The health class film guy isn't the best person to talk to your kid about vaping.
Got a few minutes?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
Everyone has a ritual, that small thing to keep us focused.
A habit we never skip, to clear our minds and elevate our performance.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game? To drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health. Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mental health. Discover the resources that you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.
Listen up, team. When I look around this room, I see a fighting team of brave antibodies. But the flu is coming in strong. The good news is, Anthony, the human we're tasked to protect, just got his flu shot, which supplied us with strong new gear to defend against the flu. So let's go fight for Anthony! Are you with me?
Let's work as a team to defend against the flu. Gear up with a flu shot to help protect others and reduce your risk of being sick or hospitalized with the flu. Learn more at getmyflushot.org.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Love is a lesson that doesn't end. It knows no conditions, so you better buckle in. Love keeps you on your toes. It never stops, only grows. Love isn't easy, it's a commitment, especially when they're being their most resistant. Love is finding the right seat so you can take a breath. But remember, love isn't lax, it always double checks. Check that your kids are in the right seat at NHTSA.gov/the right seat.
Our family's secret sauce. We all bring something different to the table. So make some space. The power of connection is waiting right outside your comfort zone. Learn how you can help strengthen your community at belongingbeginswithus.org/teamup.
I'm Sandra, this is Jorge, and we were adopted in 2019. I remember when they first came to us, Michael was already a teenager. The whole cliche of, they're so lucky to have you guys, and it's the other way around. They have changed our family for the better. They chose to love us. They didn't have to. They chose us. Family.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org.
How to know if you should reach out to a friend. Your friend might be
worried, sad,
grumpy, angry,
Stressed, weird, rebellious,
anxious,
antisocial,
lonely,
sleeping less,
sleeping more.
eating less,
Eating more.
Look, there are a lot of things to watch out for, but you know your friend best. So if they're not acting themselves, why not say something? Find out how you can help a friend with their mental health at seizetheawkward.org.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. Those 9 months were also 273 days of planning. What about your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. And let's not forget those barbecues you plan in detail for your family and your more vegetarian by the day best friends. That surprise party for your parents' golden anniversary? You get the golden planning. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you.
Elmo's daddy taught him that when he has a big feeling like being frustrated, humming a song can help you feel better. We all have big feelings, and we are all here for one another. Love your mind.
Emma, did you hear?
Todd's in the hospital.
Who's Todd? He got a collapsed lung from vaping. He thought it was cool.
Not cool.
Promise you won't vape, Emma. It can lead to a lifelong addiction, and we can't be friends if your lungs collapse.
Bogus.
Wacky sitcom teens aren't the best people to talk to your kid about vaping.
Hey, you got a minute?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
Whether it's our stories, the warmth of our laugh, or our family's secret sauce, we all bring something different to the table. So make some space. The power of connection is waiting right outside your comfort zone. Learn how you can help strengthen your community at belongingbeginswithus.org/teamup.
I'm Sandra, this is Jorge, and we were adopted in 2019. I remember when they first came to us, Michael was already a teenager. The whole cliche of, they're so lucky to have you guys, and it's the other way around. They have changed our family for the better. They chose to love us. They didn't have to. They chose us. Family.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org.
How to know if you should reach out to a friend. Your friend might be
worried, sad,
grumpy, angry,
Stressed, weird, rebellious,
anxious,
antisocial,
lonely,
sleeping less,
sleeping more.
eating less,
Eating more.
Look, there are a lot of things to watch out for, but you know your friend best. So if they're not acting themselves, why not say something? Find out how you can help a friend with their mental health at seizetheawkward.org.
Wait, use the shovel and bucket of water, remember? Drown, stir, drown, feel.
Where'd you learn that?
SmokeyBear.com. Don't want to start a wildfire, right?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Welcome back inside the Eagan Civic Arena. Shakopee 1, Eagan nothing as we get set for third period action. And what has been a really kind of a fun hockey game. Very, very even in the first period. Shakopee started to take it to the Wildcats for, I'd say, 2/3 of the second period maybe, but the Cats defense has been outstanding. Marcus Boniface, a lot of big saves for the Cats. And it's just a one-goal game. Pucks can bounce weird, right, Nathan Cron?
That's absolutely correct. The Wildcats need a little bit of puck luck if they're going to come back into this game. You get a sense that the keeper Nelson on the other end is doing a nice job of holding everything down for the Shakopee Sabers. My guess is that if the Wildcats are going to beat them, it's going to be a dirty goal, a greasy goal, something in front. But to do that, the Cats have got to get a little bit of offensive zone possession time. They're going to have to let things set up. We're going to find out a lot about these Wildcats, this season's version of the Wildcats, in the next 17 minutes.
Again, I want to mention we Getting reports that sometimes I think glitchy was the word I've heard of our signal and maybe some of the audio tonight. Apologize for that. I understand weren't able to connect to the good wireless here in the Eagan Civic Arena for some reason, but doing the best they can tonight to bring you Eagan Wildcat hockey on ETV. With 16:37 to go. Third period as you look at number 13 for the Wildcats. That's Jake Holman, the senior. He's got a couple of assists this year for this Eagan Wildcat squad.
As Seegert tripped Steinke as he was going ahead behind his cage. Wildcats here need to be careful with the puck, need to gain the zone with possession, create an offensive opportunity for themselves.
Of course, we are in the opening minute here of this third period opportunity. Williams, backhand, forehand. Not sure Nelson got a piece of that or Williams lost it on the transfer. Good opportunity, though, for the Wildcats' top goal scorer on this power play. And he's got the puck again. Ben Williams, the sophomore. He wears sweater number 12 out there with number 2, Lane Nygaard, and number 24, Max Turner. Jake Woog out on this power play. As I say that, he heads to the bench. Owen Wood on the ice for the Wildcats. John Ballman back at the other point.
Wildcat power play 2 for 20 so far this season, so 10%. Not small sample size, but certainly not what you would call prolific.
Cats, can they keep it in? Owen Wood right in front of the Saber bench. All the way, tried to get it into Schilly. Schilly charging down that slot. Ben Shilkin, they call him Schilly. All the way down. Boniface puts down the big stick there. Owen Wood to regroup. Box in on the forecheck momentarily for Shakopee. Peyton Chase going to join him in his walk all the way down. That should just about do it. Nearly a bad turnover there by Marcus. It actually is a turnover nonetheless, but not as bad as that could have been.
Nearly a disaster from Boniface.
2-on-2 Cats coming in on the Shakopee zone. No chance of splitting the defense there. Wagner among those in for the Sabres on the stop. Down deep, taken out of the play for the Wild. Just over 3 minutes gone by here in this third period. It remains 1-0 Shakopee. Opportunity, will it be 2-0? It is. Lone in front, Pedersen. Golden opportunity. And he puts that one home on the wrister. Somebody just lost that man in front.
Well, it was a turnover. Watch here as the Wildcats are going to, well, let's see if we have the replay.
We had the replay.
We had the replay, but what happens is the puck goes down behind the net, and one of the Wildcats, who I couldn't pick out his number, tried something in what to my eyes looked like a little cute, right? It looked like he tried a little drop in around or to one of his teammates, and it didn't come off. The puck ends up in the slot, and it's 2-0 to the Sabres.
We'll try and get the official scoring from public address announcer Nick Johnson.
Number 22, Nate Pedersen. Assist number 21, Cooper Simpson, and number 11, Cooper Seegert.
Well, we said be careful of that line coming in because Nate Pedersen got, but a loss is a loss. But a loss is a loss in the standings. And here come the Sabres, 3-on-1 if they hurry. Tried to get it in front that time. Dylan Klein unable to get a stick on that off the pass from Wasson Gesso.
Big back check by Woog there. That was going to be a 3-on-1. It was still a 3-on-1, but with Woog back checking, he was able to tie up the Shakopee players to the middle.
Shot, that one is blocked. Woog controls back, or he'll just go to the forehand all the way down. Should be an ice. And it is with 11:51 to go. Dare we say in regulation?
Yeah, I think it's fair to say in regulation, it's a 2-goal game. The Eagan Wildcat hockey